Welcome to the webinar. This webinar is going to be talking specifically about the perfect title and how to create the perfect title. Now, of course, we know perfection is a little ways off for most of us, so that title there is kind of tongue in cheek a little bit. Of course, we aren't going to be perfect per se for this, but we do have ability to do a lot better than many other sellers out there on eBay, and that's really what we're looking for, is to get a title that is better than others. Okay, because if our title is better, then we're going to be seen more often. And so we're going to talk a bit about how to make a perfect title. So I welcome everybody who's here tonight. And hope that you enjoy this. So let's get started here. Again, I will ask for you to participate with the question box there. So I'm going to put in some ideas for us, give us some examples, and then I'll have you put some thoughts down there. So let's see. We'll use a document right over here and just create one to use. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's do it through this here. There we go. We can do it through my email and look at topics. All right. So we've got a search here. Let's say I wanted to sell a boat bookshelf type product. Okay, or a boat related shelf. So this is one that I looked at a little earlier tonight and got me thinking a little bit about it. So boat bookshelf, if we do a search, so you've got an item like this, first do a search out there on Google, or I'm sorry, not Google, on eBay. We've got 20 active listings. So this is our active listing searches. Now what we're going to do is come over here to this left side and we're going to look at sold items. Now the reason I want to look at sold items is because if they sold, they were found, and probably found more often than those that weren't sold, right? And we can compare some of those sold and not sold items as well. So here we have a wood boat toy box item. That's not quite what I was looking at. Here we have a miniature 1/48 scale boat shaped bookshelf, handmade little item, cute little idea there. That's a nice one for a creative idea of something to create. You know, probably isn't too hard to make something like that for somebody that's crafty. All right, and then we go down here. We've got these are actual bookshelves, okay, that look like boats. 5-foot rowboat bookshelf, bookcase shelf, skiff schooner, canoe shelf, nautical. Now I want to go in and check this. 25 of them sold there, and I want to just look at this and see. Located in picture on far right. So in other words, this item is not for all 4 of these. It's just for this one. That's what I wanted to clarify. Okay. So they sold one that was a bookshelf, $139. Now, we really don't care about the price here. It's not what I'm worried about, and you shouldn't be either. What we're looking at is the titles. What titles, what keywords are they using in these titles? And so let's copy some of these here. And, oh no, we didn't do that. Where did we do it? We did it over here. And put these in here so that we can look at the titles a little bit. Okay. And we'll just remove the links. So there's a title for one of them that sold. And here's another one. And I wonder if these are the same individual. JMG Bay. JMG Bay, they are. Interesting. I thought about that because of the similarity with the titles there. Look at how close. In fact, that is the exact same title being used there. He used the exact same title for two different items, or similar items. I guess they are the same item technically, or, well, no, they're similar, but they're not exactly the same. There may be some differences. Here we've got another one. That's a different person. And let's take that title there. Put that over here. Okay. And this one here. Now, if you're paying attention, what I want you to first tell me is I want everybody to name one key word they see that is consistent among each of these. Go ahead and start putting your answers in to the question box there for me. What keyword do you see consistently in each of these? Got one response from Annette so far. Anybody else want to jump in there? And am I moving around too much for you? Probably. All right, we're going to grab one more. Okay. And remove that one. So, rowboat shelf. Rowboat, well, rowboat shelf is over there, so those three words are in there. Rowboat and rowboat shelf. Rowboat. So rowboat is definitely in all three of those. It's not in this one, but boat and shelf are. Boat is in here, but not row or shelf in this one as a single word. There's a rowboat again. Rowboat bookshelf is very consistent. Somebody put boat. Yes, boat is in every one of these, isn't it? Boat, 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 boat. Very, very consistent. So we definitely need to get that in there. Okay. Now, if we have a supplier who is using something like nautical curio. See, here we are. Here's an item that is out there available from Sears. It's a pearl bedding rowboat curio cabinets. Now, if you take this from Sears and you take that title right there and you go search that on eBay, you're going to see different things. In fact, let's do that right here. Pearl bedding, rowboat, curio cabinets. How many sold like that? 0. No sellings, no items sold with that with those keywords. What about rowboat curio cabinets? Okay, got a few in there. Are they rowboats? No, they're curio cabinets. eBay's trying to figure out what we are looking for, right? So if somebody's looking for that, I really don't think they're looking for a curio cabinet. I think that they're looking for shelves, maybe. Shelves or shelf. So if we put shelves in there, all of a sudden, oh, look at that, we've got results coming up, right? And we may even see that same white one. I'm not seeing it yet, but it's possible that we might end up seeing something like that. Well, I'm not seeing that same one come up. Okay, so I don't think people are looking for that. Some of you stated, okay, so we got rowboat shelf, boat, bookcase, wood rowboat, bookshelf. Curio is not a familiar, let's look at that, familiar word to everyone. Very good from Viola, and that's true. It's not a word that everybody necessarily understands or uses to find such an item. Okay, so looking at these titles, now, most of you, if you've been doing this for a few weeks, you know that one of the most important things we talk about with the title is not only the keywords that are in there, but the length of the title. You've got 80 characters. Use them. Okay? Use them up. So here we've got this one right here. Red boat bookshelf for kids' room. Very short title, but it's sold. So here's a question. What did they do different here that wasn't done in these? Why did this sell? Any thoughts? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. So if anybody can just pipe in, put a note in there. Why do you think that one sold instead of the others, or when others didn't? And I see two results here, very good, that I wanted you to point out. So one of the things is the color. Okay, most of these others don't have anything about color in there, and so color is definitely standing out. They've got red in there. And then somebody else mentioned this one, kids room. Absolutely, kids room is another one that that is kind of standing out. That isn't put in any of these others. Okay. Annette says specific for color or for kids. Yes, exactly. So if I'm looking for a boat bookshelf for kids room, that listing was going to come up because I wanted something for a kids room that was a bookshelf in the shape of a boat. It came up. If I say red boat bookshelf or red bookshelf for kids room, then that listing is likely going to come up. And so that is, I think, why that came up. Now, I'm thinking most likely it's the boat bookshelf and the kids' room. Those are probably the two phrases that really helped that one sell right there. So that's important for you to think about. Now, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus here. I'm not going to specify names because she might be on tonight. I don't know if you're on here or not on this webinar. Not that anybody knows you. Yes, you are. Okay, there you are. So I was talking to somebody who will remain nameless for now, unless she wants me to put her name out there, earlier tonight with this product. And one of the things that were put in there, I felt wasn't going to help the item get found, and that was the phrase "any room." Okay, and so let's just compare a little bit here. Let's go and look at. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Let's pull that back up. All right. Let's go and let's look at completed listings so we can see items that did not sell and compare them to those that did. So here we have a 7-foot handmade boat bookshelf that didn't sell. Okay. And so unsold. And then let's go down and wish we could sort it just by unsold. Here's another one that did not sell. That's a pretty high price. That might be part of that one, honestly. $885 compared to $130. $600 again. I think that's going to affect things. The image isn't real clear on that one either. Here we go. One that's within our price range that did not sell. Oh, look at that. There's one at $719 that did. Very interesting. Do we have that same title in here already? I think we do right there. Yep. Same exact title. All right. Do we have any others that didn't sell? Wow. We have a lot of, look at that. This one is in there over and over and over, selling very consistently. If you can find that item out there, that's a good one to put up if you can get that at a lower price. All right. So I think we've got a pretty good view there. Let's go ahead and take that one. Okay. So is there something wrong with the titles? Is that part of why maybe they didn't sell? What is this one? 7-foot handmade boat bookshelf. I think the only thing really valuable here in this whole title is boat bookshelf. That phrase right there, 2 words. 7 foot, probably not near as valuable. Handmade, people might search for that, but it's less likely. It's going to be less searched for than this one here. Okay, boat bookshelf is good. They should have put a lot more in there. If they would have put more into that title, they really could have got a lot more out of it. So when you're looking to create a title, search for your items, search for the items that sold, and look at the keywords that they're using. That's really what I'm trying to show you here. That's how you create a perfect title. So look at these titles. Now they do have the size here, 5 foot, but then all of these are valuable keywords right there. Row, boat, bookshelf, bookcase, shelves, skiff, schooner, canoe, shelf, nautical. Every one of those are valuable words for a search. Okay? And then we go down here. We've got row, boat, bookshelf, 30 inches. I would probably use the short version of that, like that, instead of inches, because there are other words you could put in here. Nautical, home furniture, decor, shelf, bookcase. I'm not big on this stuff. Somebody might search for home decor or home furniture for some of these, but I think there are more valuable key phrases like these up here that we could use. But that one sold. That one did sell. Nautical bookshelf, table, 37.5 inch. See how they use that? Wood, rowing, boat, bookcase, shelf. I think that row or rowing is valuable. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have something related to row or rowing in there. 5 of them there. And then this one, Gazana. I don't know what that means. That might be a brand or something, or an artist. I don't know. Brown. There's a color in there. Cherry. Finish. Wood. Boat. Bookcase, bookshelf, cabinet, with light, and that's the way you do with. Instead of 4 characters, you're only using 2 characters, plus the space, I guess. Well, you're going to have space anyway. So that cuts down 2 characters there and allows you to put a whole lot more in there. Okay, so very good job on creating a full title there. And then we've got this one here, 4-foot wall, row, boat, bookcase, book, shelf, nautical, handcrafted, canoe. Canoe here, canoe here, canoe here. It's not a canoe. Most of these, they're not actually canoes. I think in their shape. I guess that one kind of is there. But many of these are more a rowboat rather than a canoe. But throwing that in the title doesn't hurt. It's going to help you get found. And people that are looking at that, it doesn't matter whether they search for canoe. And then kids' room, love that. Kids' room, den, study, family room, bedroom. Those phrases are terms that we can use in here. All right, so here's what I would say are the perfect keywords for a product like this. And I would capitalize each word. I would do row, boat, bookshelf, book, case, shelves, shelf, skiff, schooner, canoe, nautical. Let's see. And then I think cabinet might be worth doing. Color, whether it's whatever the color is, brown, and then kids' room, bedroom, den, study. Yes, thank you, Annette. Wood, put that in there. Okay, so these are all valuable keywords. Now, you might notice we're getting way over our number of characters, and I don't know if I can. I don't think I have the ability to count the characters here, but that's a lot more than 80 characters. So what am I going to do? I can't use them all, right? So here's what you do in a case like that. You do one with maybe those keywords, and you list that one. Then you do a cell similar, and you mix it up a little bit. And you say brown, rowboat, bookshelf, and we take out cabinet, and we Maybe take out shelf, and we leave kids' room in there. Okay, and there's another one. Then we, oh, whoops, and there, I messed up my whole thing. And then we can do another one. There's our original. So then we can do another one here where we can, you get the idea, and we'll add bedroom in there. Bedroom, den, study, wood. Maybe we can take those here, and we can put that right over here. And if we're still have too much, we could take that out. And you can test different versions of your title. And then watch the statistics once you've done that. Then if you go into your eBay account and you look at your listings, and you can see which of those listings are getting more views. Now, I've done this several times with mine, and see if I can get it to come up here for us. I've done this several times with many of the products that I've worked with, and on eBay, I just want to get in. Quit bugging me with all this nonsense. All right, I guess I'm not going to do that to show you right now, but you can go in and look at the. There we go. He finally went ahead and brought it up for me, and you can see how many. What are the number of views that you have? So here are my views for my products. If I have similar items, so here we've got some great examples right here. 10 pairs of kids Real D 3D glasses, 10 pairs of Real D 3D X-Men glasses, 10 pairs of Real D 3D polarized digital glasses, 9 pairs of Real D glasses. Well, which ones are getting more views? Well, if they were all put in at the same time, there's 62, there's 134, there's 126, there's 267. So this one is my best one. And so there I've got 4 different examples of a similar product with a different title, and I can see which one worked best for me. And then I've got something to look at to decide, okay, in the future, that's what I'm going to do. But as you start this, you start by doing a search for the product. Let's do another one. What if we do a Halloween skeleton prop? All right, 1,643 listings. Okay, now these are just completed listings. Some of them sold, some of them didn't. There we see the dog skeleton. Here we see 48 posable skeleton yard prop that sold. So we've got 1,643 that were listed. How many actually sold out of that 1,643? 745. That's pretty good odds, guys. That's pretty dang good odds right there. That's just about half of what was listed that sold. So skeleton props are a good thing to sell right now. Okay, Halloween coming up. Now we can look at it a little more closely and say, okay, out of these that sold, if you wanted to decide, are we going to sell, the animal ones, or are we going to sell human skeletons? We could scroll through this and see how many we see of the different kinds. We see birds, we see skulls, we see more birds, we see the cat, we see you see a lot of human skeletons, but we do see plenty of those dogs and so forth as well. So what are we going to do for the title? We do the same thing. Scary, 48-inch, posable skeleton, Halloween, yard, prop, decor, new. So valuable words here: decor, prop, yard, Halloween, skeleton, posable, scary. Those are all very valuable words for us. This one here: skeleton, Halloween, prop, haunt, canine, and dog are valuable. They could have put more in there. Yard, home, and decor. Skeleton, rat, Halloween, prop, decor, zombie. Very good word to throw in there. Spooky, life size, decorations, 11 inches. Decoration, that's a good one. Talking, black, skeleton, reaper, hanging, scary, Halloween, party, decoration, prop. Are we seeing some consistent things here? prop, 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 right? That's something that people are going to search for. And so that's a very consistent one. Prop, prop, that needs to be in there if you're selling an item like this. But there's a lot more, pose, whole life-size, human, skeleton, haunted, house, Halloween, all very good keywords, and they're working for them. Okay, they're selling them because of these keywords that they're putting in there. So if you fill your title with those keywords, those valuable keywords, you're going to get a lot more results. You're going to get a lot more views, and you're going to end up selling your item. Let's go back to some that didn't sell, and something that I wanted to show you, if I can find some in here, is stop words, words that really don't do us any good in our listings. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of that in most of these here. Yeah, most people are doing a pretty good job that I see here. I don't see a lot of stop words, but stop words are like with, sometimes new isn't even really needed. But with and for and those, there's one that has with in it, with, for, and those kinds of words. I mean, it's just completely unnecessary in your titles. We don't need to have a clear, properly written sentence for our titles. Just stuff it with keywords that are relevant and valuable for the search. And that's what you want to do. Okay, and this will work no matter what product you're doing. If we want a 5-piece table set, 2,180 listings here that have completed with 5-piece table set. Well, look at this one, Crossley 5-piece dining table set. That's all they're saying. That's Wayfair. They ought to know better, but they've got some hourly wage person doing their titles that doesn't know anything about how to list an item on eBay. This one down here, retro dining set, 5-piece round chrome kitchen table chairs, vintage dinette black. Excellent. Very, very good. They've got a lot of good keywords in there that really help that one stand out. If we look at sold listings, we see 429. So this isn't near as popular an item right now as the Halloween decor, but they are selling as recent as today. Okay, they are definitely selling. So the retro dining set shows up here. 5-piece dining set, modern, table, chairs, dinner, kitchen, furniture, black, room, new. These are going to sell a little more after Halloween because people are going to be prepping for Thanksgiving, or the closer we get to Halloween, these types of items will be selling because people want this kind of thing for, making room for people that are going to be coming over. So something like that, again, you look at those keywords and we use the keywords that others are using that are getting them sold. And if you look at the sold listings, those are going to be usually, not always, but usually the better titles because those are the ones that actually got found. Okay. So look for those titles and let's look at those titles and let's use the keywords that are in there. Generally, I would stay away from brand names that are store brand. Use other descriptive information instead of a store brand name. If it is a high-end brand name, that's a little different. That's something that you would want to use. Okay. So this same tactic can be used with anything that you're listing. Search it on eBay, go down here to the left side and click on sold listings and look at those items and look at the keywords and pull out the keywords that you want for your title. And then go ahead and write it up and put in a big title. And if you've got one that's too long, by the time you're done, that's fine. You've got all those keywords. Now you can list that item 2 or 3 times and use variations with those keywords so that you can get all of those keywords that you wanted to try in there and just use it in 2 different listings or 3 different listings and see which one does more for us. Okay. So that I hope that gives you some good insights. That is one of the most valuable things you can do is create a good title, and this is how you do it. Okay, go out there. You don't have to make it up. Don't spend your time just racking your brain trying to think, well, what keywords should I put in here? Go look at what other people have done. Piggyback off of what's already there and what you've seen they are doing that is successful. That's what you need to do. Okay. Now, I'd love to stick around for any questions. If anybody has questions of any kind that they want to put out at me, go ahead and send me those questions. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. And while I'm waiting for that, I do want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We had a good showing there, and I thank you for participating as well. It really helps when I ask for that, and you step in and give me a little feedback. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. We're going to go ahead and end the recording.